I'm Vic Myers. Welcome to the Resistance. Bear with me a minute and I'll show you what extortion democracy looks like. First, a historical example to set the stage. True story. 3 years ago, I'm traveling home and I drive through two just completed interstate resurfacing projects. One was on I-70 in the Denver area. One was on I-25 about 30 miles north of here. The I-70 road is the one that wealthy folks up north take to the ski resorts. The I-25 section is in one of Colorado's poorest counties. The I-70 project was flawless. It was like driving on glass with traction. And the I-25 project was a washboard. It was also typical of road construction in rural Colorado. Now, as a taxpayer, I'd had enough. Why should the gilded class get better construction quality than those of us in the working class? We pay the same amount of tax on a gallon of gas. So I wrote my governor, my state senator, and my state representative. Somebody from the governor's office called me and blew smoke up my backside. My state senator, Rod Pelton, sits on the Legislative Audit Committee, the one tasked with ensuring our tax dollars are spent where appropriated and that we get what we pay for, including whether road construction is being built to standards and specifications. To say his response was inadequate, well, that'd be quite the understatement. Now, my state representative, whom I'm currently running against, was then sitting on the Transportation Committee. You know, the one with oversight of road construction. His response was to blame the governor. All of this tells you everything you need to know about how government works these days, whether it's here or where you're at. The wealthy get quality assurance, and the working class get assurance that we won't get quality because our self-described champions of working people, well, they just can't be bothered to do their jobs. And that brings us to extortion democracy. See, I'm not the only one who is fed up. A large coalition of rural residents and elected leaders came together with the construction companies to put up Initiative 175. It's a simple initiative. It says that gas taxes and license plate fees that were enacted to pay for roads and the highway patrol, well, they got to be spent on the roads and the highway patrol. Now, in response, a group of northern Colorado big city legislators passed a bill. And this bill says that if Initiative 175 passes, it'll trigger drastic reductions in the very taxes and fees that are supposed to pay for our roads and highway patrol. Extortion democracy. When elected officials threaten negative consequences if we, the people, try to wield our constitutionally guaranteed power. This is what you get when you elect people who are more interested in protecting the status quo than ensuring that government serves all of us instead of just the gilded class. You know, I'm betting there's examples of this all across the country, and I'd love to hear about them in the comments. In the meantime, make sure you're voting for people who believe government is supposed to serve all of us and not threaten us when we exercise our power. Thanks for listening. Good day.